And we are back with our second live Q&A of the day. Or actually, I don't know, it's probably like the third or fourth because these guys have been taking questions the whole time, which is great. Please keep sending your questions. We want to hear them. Send it to us on Twitter, #Roblox, so that we see it. Put it in the forums on Roblox.com or ask them in the chat on Twitch, and we will magically have them appear on our iPad here, and we will answer them. A couple other notes. One is, unless anything has changed in like the last minute, Germany, Ghana, 0-0, nothing going on there. Forget the TV, just watch us. Second is, remember, if you buy BC or Robux today, you will get a really cool virtual BLOXcon top hat. That will be awarded next week, so it's for any BC or Robux purchase made today. At the end of the day, then we'll be able to go and run a report and see who bought things. We will put those in your hot little hands on Monday or Tuesday. Likewise, I think the second mystery box probably has gone off sale now. The third mystery box, I'll let it go right now. The third mystery box, look for it at about 2 o'clock. It's going to go even faster than the other two. Won't be up for long, so 2 o'clock, you're going to want to check that out. Last thing is, if you are not following us on Twitch, follow us on Twitch. Look for the purple follow button, which is somewhere around Jared's leg, and hit that follow button, follow us on Twitch so that you can see us every time we go live. So with that, we're going to get to the questions, and let's introduce, once again, Builderman David Bazuki is here with us. We've got Arseny, Zooks, CG.
Yes.
And Jared, I don't even know what Jared is very, very new, like not even 2 months now, I think.
Sharp 9.
Huh?
Sharp 9.
Sharp 9. And he is heading up our web engineering. So great to have you guys with us, and take it away, Dave.
Thank you, Brad. Overall comment, the questions today have been better than we've ever seen. So we love them. This morning, the questions rocked, and I'm already seeing great ones. The questions are really, really technical, meaty, go to the future of Roblox. So keep them coming, guys and gals. I like them all. Okay, I'm going to start with one for Arseny and myself. This is from Steven1411. Will we ever see suspension physics? So I think suspension physics could mean two things. Either like, can you make the Golden Gate Bridge out of ropes, or can I make a dune buggy with a good suspension? We obviously want to do both of those. I don't know, Arseny, you want to talk about that, or you know?
So we really want to get into this. There are some really, really deep technical challenges. We want to give you suspension physics, whatever that means, in the state that you build a complicated mechanism and it just works. We had a lot of prototypes around this area, and the thing is, it's easy to get a demo right. It's hard to get a system where whatever you build, it looks reasonable, it looks close to reality. So this is a challenge for us.
Yeah, but it's the whole philosophy of Roblox. You put it together like you would in real life, and it just works. So that is the vision, and I think you're going to see some nice action in that direction. I said it this morning, I'll say it again. If you know anyone who's a great software developer and has experience in physics simulation, contact us. Obviously, they got to be a CS, real grad working on this kind of stuff, where we're looking for great engineers in a lot of areas. So let us know. Wow, Arseny, technical questions are going to keep coming for you. This is from CXWXOX. So say I've got a super high-end PC or Mac. What about motion blur? Like, should we be doing that?
Blur. So I think we should. There is a trick. This is a hard part about Roblox. People have a lot of different hardware, a lot of different capabilities. We can introduce things that change the graphics, change the visuals without changing the gameplay. If a feature has a potential of affecting gameplay, we have to be really careful. Yeah. We did, for example, when we shipped dynamic lighting, we did a lot of work to make sure it's available across the board. If we didn't do this, games like Darkness wouldn't be possible, because gameplay affecting element has to be visible for everybody. Motion blur seems like just an interesting visual effect, so I think we should be able to do that. Would be good, I guess, for racing games. Maybe something else. I think this is a good effect to have.
Okay, great one. So this is from Gunsmanek. I'm going to let Jared dabble in this, and I'll give some background as well. This is pretty good. So any plans to make normal game servers dedicated? For example, giving servers an ID, allowing them to remain online. So, we're making a big social push. I think a lot of people have talked about what's the best way to play with friends, and one interesting way would be take any game, allow yourself to carve off an instance, and you play in that instance just with your friends. Jared, anything else you
I
might
believe
want to
there
add?
has been some talk and some work that's been done already on reserved game instances, reserved server instances. So there's some work already done, and I think we can look at fleshing that out and seeing what it would take to make that available.
All right, back to Arsini. This is from Voice, RBLX. Any new particle effects in development?
So we have some internal work being done. The focus of it is to improve the way the existing particle effects look and check if there are any other interesting effects that we are not giving people right now that should be possible. The trick there is we want to give you a particle effects that you just put in your game and it acts and looks and feels like whatever it's supposed to do. So for example, right now fire doesn't really have any physics impact, but explosion does. We want our fire to be more like explosion in a way that, maybe should put bricks on fire. I don't know.
Okay, good little hint to the future of Roblox there. Obviously all materials, doing all physical properties. Going back to Brad now. Zolarus Roblox, will there be a Dominus actually on sale tonight at midnight?
Yes, there will.
Okay.
So you are going to want to stay up. And also, buy Robux. Stock up now. The Dominus will not be one ticket.
Okay, on the same topic, Arconian, I didn't get my top hat after buying Robux. What's up with this?
As we have said repeatedly, the top hats that go with purchase of Robux or BC today, we will award those early next week because we're awarding it to anybody who buys it today. So we need today to be over, and then we'll go and look at who bought, and we'll award that early next week. So hang in there.
Okay, good one. This is from Malox12. I think this is kind of global. It relates to some of the stuff we're thinking about with mobile, with is when and where do we alert, both in-game and system-wide, and then it wraps into web as well. And it's would it be possible to add a feature so you can subscribe to a game to receive a notification when it's updated? Jared?
It's a very interesting feature.
Cool
I think
idea.
we should look into putting that on the roadmap.
Okay. Fear me, I am lag. Have you ever considered doing live stream scripting tutorials in Twitch in which you might answer scripting questions? We'll give that one to Brad.
Yes, we have. We have not only considered that, we are going to do it.
Okay, we answered this one again this morning, but we're going to go right at it again. This is from Cool Gaming Guy 123. On this one, I'm going to let Arsini do the tech, and I'm going to do the marketing strategic thing. Will Roblox ever come out on game consoles like the Xbox 360 or the PS3? How technically hard would that be?
So we had early days of Roblox, we only had PC, then we added Mac, then we added iOS, we almost added Android. Every next platform is easier than all the previous ones. I would say that probably right now it makes more sense to do PS4 and XB One, not PS3 and XB 360. But I don't know, nothing is out of the question. So technically, very achievable, we can do this.
Yeah, so what's unique about Roblox, that same client code, or at least 98% of it right now, is being used on all four of these platforms. If you've been watching the stream, you also saw Android and Android TV. When you saw that, you also saw Fire on Kindle Fire TV, and you saw game controller support. So the real issue, and we are starting to reach out to Microsoft and Sony, is Roblox is all dynamic user-generated content. It's a little different than what's typically done on a console right now. It's it's unpredictable. What you build is what we play. So we are looking into that, but no promises or release dates. Okay, this one's for Bricks MP. I'm going to give this one to Brad. Instead of archiving messages, I really wish I could delete messages to have spam messages disappear forever.
That's an interesting thought. We're looking at different ways of managing your messages, just being able to delete messages. If we have people complain about PMs that they receive from other people, we have to be able to go and check that out. But I think there's probably something we can work out to allow you to remove that from your inbox or your archive so you don't have to worry about it, but still allow us to retain access to it.
Okay, we were getting a lot of really serious, deep technical questions, very strategic from Demjot. We're just going to go through the group on this one. It's a big one, and that is, do you believe in magic? We're going to start with Arseny.
Well, I'm more a tech guy. I believe in technology more than magic.
Okay, Brad.
We do magic every day.
Okay, Jared.
I think I'm with Brad on that one.
Okay, yeah, that's a safe one. Okay, good question. We'll go technical and then to Brad and Jared on this one. What about a group name change feature? Hard, easy?
Group name change, like a
Yeah, like
group
change the
plan.
name of
Yeah,
my
yeah.
group.
Yeah, it sounds like a good thing to do.
Brad, what do you think?
Yeah, totally doable.
Okay. Okay, wow, I'm reading these as fast as I can. I'm not even screening them anymore. This is for Brad. Someone said on the live stream, if you bought something as Robux or BC, you'd get a top hat. Didn't we just answer that one?
It is. It's like a time machine.
Okay.
You will get your top hat next week. You're
Okay,
gonna get a
this,
little card that says next week.
this is a great one from Mario Dude 0123. Will we ever be able to license the engine and put our games on other platforms? We are thinking about that. We're not going to do that in the near-term future. We're doing some experiments with that. As the quality of what we can build on Roblox, I mean, just keeps going up and up. That's starting to be more and more feasible. What's really interesting about what we're doing at Roblox is, just how everything works. Cross-platform, in the cloud, all of that kind of stuff. Brad or Arseny, you guys want to chime in on that?
I have an interesting comment. So we were thinking about this. One interesting thing that is very different, like in Roblox compared to other engines, we are very, very aggressive about the pace of updates. We release an update every week. We release important features like, I don't know, every month or two. So, and we have this cloud infrastructure that has to be to an extent in sync with the code that you are running on the client. So there are some interesting trade-offs there. If we give you an engine, does this mean that we'll ask you to update it every month or so?
Yeah, awesome. So that's part of our philosophy. I mean, we iterate relentlessly, and we're pushing code all the time. I think Jared's team on the website, we're pushing a lot more than every 2 weeks.
Yes.
I think that's safe to say. Okay, this is an obvious one. I'll go to Arseny on this, and that is plans for more group-related methods, i.e. APIs. I think that's just a no-brainer, right? Finding out what group, what clan we're in. I think we already allow that. Or
we have some API that may be Roblox locked right now.
Okay.
But no-brainer.
Yeah, so ultimately you'll be able to figure that out in the game that you make. Okay, this is a biggie. Brad, you want to go after this and then I'll follow up, and that is from Kylie Kai55. What are points for?
What is the point of points?
Or do you want me to start?
Yeah. Well, the idea of points is to establish sort of an achievement system on Roblox that's not about how much money you have or how many hats you have, but actually how well you might do not only in individual games, but actually collectively across all games. So it's really meant to be the foundation for almost a meta game on Roblox, so that we can start saying, hey, how are people doing across FPSs? How are people doing across RPGs? But when we introduce points, and the way that we did this in particular is we just put the functionality out there and let people play with it. We didn't want to introduce restrictions at the beginning. We like to see what the community does with any new feature that we introduce, and then we're starting to gradually understand how points can best work for the community, not just for players, but for developers as well, because they're the ones who are awarding the points.
Yeah, so I'm going to go high level on this and just let you know, points are still in beta. We are trying to we have a really big picture vision on points, and that is to allow every different game on Roblox to participate as part of a meta game. And in doing that, the balance of creating a global leaderboard that has integrity is a really big challenge. We're working on that. The challenge of making points easy to use for developers, we're really diving in that. All of the, lots of subtle little issues. Can you sell points? All of these kind of things. We're watching it. So I think we are well on our way to a really unique system where, Roblox is dynamic, it's changing, it's new all the time. There's a lot of user-generated content, but at the same time, there's a way to compete not just within one person's game, but globally. And that's our vision, really, is to use all of your content towards a global leaderboard score, not just for individuals, but also for clans. Okay, this one I'm going to give to Brad. What updates are we going to make on the Roblox DevX program? Any ideas there?
There are always things that we're thinking about. DevX continues to grow every single month. We're getting new developers coming in, developers who've been in for a while. We have several people now who have earned collectively more than $10,000 since we started the program, and it's not been running for all that many months. But right now, I think both the cash out levels and what you can do are pretty well set. We anticipate keeping them where they are for right now, and just looking to make sure that it's not so much making changes to the DevX program itself, but actually introducing more new ways that you can add functionality to your games that will help you earn Robux and then go into DevX.
Okay, awesome. So going to give Jared and Brad and myself a little warning. I'm just seeing a huge Arsini pileup in the question queue.
Oh, good.
So
okay,
no disrespect.
I don't feel alone. Yeah, I'm just going to relax.
No disrespect, Arsini. Get ready. Let's just rock and roll here. Color property to explosions. Robot Meg, what do you think?
There is no color property in explosions. This is an oversight.
Yeah, I think it.
I don't know. You can do. I mean, you can do like green fire. Why can't you do a green explosion?
Okay. This is from Alpha Warrior 54, and on this one, Arsini, you may also just comment a little, if you want, on our vision for materials as well. We're going to do a detail here, which is just, can you reduce the orange in the corroded metal? That's specific, but maybe there's a bigger picture to that too.
Interesting question. So, can we reduce the orange in the corroded metal? So in general, we are not entirely happy with the way colors work across the board in our materials. They work all right. They allow people to make good content, but we want to push it more. So we showed some new materials today that have a bit more color variation. In the same vein, Rust could not just be like a lot of orange and a bit of metal and maybe like more variance. And we would like to sort of figure things out for you. It is not very useful model where a developer has to hand tune every rusted brick in his place. It's a much better model where you put Rust on everything. Well, not on everything, within a reason. And it works great. We can look into whether the sort of exact amount of orange on Rust makes sense or not.
Okay, awesome, great. So that was from Alpha Warrior 54, and right after that comes Geek Squid, who's saying, so wait, the big question is, will Roblox make a glass material?
Aha! So, as I hinted not half an hour ago, there are some materials that are a bit more complicated from the technological perspective. When you say glass, you really don't just mean glass, you mean a transparent glass surface that refracts the objects behind it. And we had some prototypes that show that it is possible and not overly hard, but there are some tech changes that have to happen before that. Also, maybe this is for Dave, but wouldn't it be cool if glass also fractured on impact?
Yeah, I think obviously that would be awesome. Yeah.
Fracture, shatter.
Shatter. Okay, so these questions are like literally mirroring some of our strategic planning meetings we've been having, because the next one's just going to follow right on. And will you ever make terrain better, as in like making water with waves and other stuff?
So
this is from Derping 100.
I resisted the temptation of accidentally showing terrain during the previous session. I didn't do this, but we are working on this. We have several big things we want to achieve this year. Better terrain is one thing.
Yeah, okay, following up. Dynamic lighting, are we going to go further? Could we make it more realistic?
Did I just say there were several big things we wanted to achieve this year?
You did say that.
So I will put it like that. There are three big things that we want to achieve this year in terms of the picture quality. Making lighting better is one of them. We don't know if we can make it. should I say that we want a great engineer to join us?
Yes, if you're a great engineer, please join us. Thank you.
But we are thinking about this. This is one of the 3 big things we want to do.
Okay, this is going to go back to Brad. Daily gaming Roblox. Last question was from BLOXcon. Will you guys do another hat contest when players make their own hats and vote? And do we want to comment on any other contests we have going on right now?
Well, we've always got almost one contest of one kind or another. We are looking at getting back into game contests as well. There are a couple of things that we need to make work better in order for us to do that. Jared, we have to talk. But hack contest, interesting idea. I think we can fold that into the planning.
Okay, great. I'm going to answer this one because I sat in. This is from Little Big Blocks. A lot of you ask this at the Maker Faire, and the game team is working on it. And we have an option in Roblox to turn sound down inside Roblox. I think we've got that one underway, or we're looking at it. Back to our Cine, terrain lighting change, dependency on time of day, and skyboxes.
Is this one question or 4?
That I don't know.
I'm confused here.
Will terrain get lighting changes depending on the time of day and skyboxes?
I see. So time of day, yes. In fact, it does do it right now to an extent. Skyboxes, not now, but this is a very interesting thing that we are considering. Essentially, right now, there's this problem where you have to carefully synchronize your lighting setup with your skybox. And if you want to make a good-looking sunset, it's not enough for you to just maybe like create or find a beautiful sunset image. You also have to put the sun in a certain spot, make sure that the sun is orangish, and do things like this. This is hard, and it's hard to make a dynamic time of day with a system like this. We are thinking about this.
Okay, this one I'm going to go to Brad and Jared on. Brad maybe on the specifics, and then we can just go into how it's actually working. And this is about summer interns. What are the requirements, and do we have interns? How's it going? So let's start with Brad on the requirements.
Requirements, it's actually sort of take what Dave's been saying earlier about, we're looking for people with computer science degrees and experience and all of that, and then back up maybe, a couple of years from that. People who are in college right now for computer science, who are studying computer science, who are studying physics, those are the kind of people that we look for and that we talk to, and some of them we hire.
Jared, do we have any interns, and how are they doing?
We certainly do. They're doing great, and it's great having them because they know what the community wants, and they use Roblox, and they've been using it for a while, and so it's really great having them on the team and helping us move things forward that makes a difference for people.
Okay, here's a great one, Brad. Auburn color hair for girls. I mean, we got blue, black, cinnamon, golden, all of this, no red. What's that?
Guess we have to look at some carrot tops.
Okay, we need that right now.
Yeah.
Any updates to fit in with universes and games that you can disclose? I mean, I know that we are working on much better collaborative async asset management in Roblox Studio. I don't know if Arsini, you want to go into any detail on that? It's a little more Simon and Adams kind of province.
So here's the thing that I want to say. If you're a developer who wants to make a great game using universes, things that we are thinking of, it's like maybe a big open world game with a lot of different like places and dungeons that you teleport from and back and forth. If you want to make a game like that and you lack something, tell us.
Okay, awesome. This is from Live Fight Rise. I'm going to go to Brad on this. Will we ever be able to mute other players so we can't see their chat? This will help make Roblox more suitable for kids. Well, we kind of do something like that with whitelisting, don't we, Brad?
Whitelisting is not player to player. Whitelisting is for those under 13 to be able to chat freely in game, but with a limited vocabulary set. Yes, we are going to be doing a block feature. We've spec'd it out. It is in the queue. I think, as we've mentioned a few times during this broadcast, we're going to be really focusing a lot on social features in the next couple of months. And among those social features is going to be the ability to block another player-to-player blocks within a game in PMs. That sort of thing. We can't do that with things that are more global like the forums, but we know that's a very highly desirable feature.
Okay, I'm going to warn everyone again that we have more Arsini features backing up.
All right.
So the three of us, once again.
Keep it up.
Okay. Roblox 123 looking for reflective mirror-like materials.
Remember I said about glass that it requires some technical updates. So reflection is something else that requires a technological upgrade in the engine. It is a very, very tough one. So like really AAA games that require a giant GPU to work on are only starting to do proper reflections right now. So this is a tough one. We have plans to do it for certain, maybe for water and not for other materials, but we want to do this and we have ideas.
Okay, this one I'm going to yell out to the crowd here as well as who we've got here, because I think we've actually addressed this. Resize tool on a union operation, is that going to work or not? My guess is we're doing it but XYZ scale only, or are we doing it in one direction only?
We are doing this only in studio.
Okay.
XYZ, no.
I mean, is uniform resize or is it along one axis?
Non-uniform works as well, I think.
Okay, there we go. Let's keep going. This one will all answer. What big changes do you think are going to happen because of the CSG tool? I would just call this more modeling, simple modeling within Roblox. And are we going to be able to make models with this tool too? Obviously, all the features are for users. My big thought is, besides a vision where gear, tools, weapons are all made by the Roblox community rather than us, all 3D assets become much more user creatable. I think the demonstration on our vision for characters is not as much to, I think, eliminate the ability to use whatever classic Roblox character you want, version 1, version 2, or 3, but to think about the bodies on Roblox being created by the community and sold by the community rather than just controlled by us. I don't know if you guys want to chime in any more on top of that.
I mean, I think one of the things that CSG will certainly bring is just a lot more individuality to the games that are being created. Not that it's not there now, but I think this just takes us even farther in the direction of putting a lot of creative opportunity in the hands of our developers.
I think this makes the life of the developer just much easier. You can build more things now and build it easier.
Okay, this one, this is a pretty wide open one. Are you going to make any special games for football or soccer, Jared?
I saw a really cool football game the other day that we were playing around the office, so I think everything's wide open, right?
Yeah, so we would hope you guys make the great football and soccer games. And I think we got one, don't we have a World Cup game on our, we have something up there live now on our...
Well, Marble Run has they have a World Cup themed version.
Got it, okay, I wasn't in there yet. Okay, back to Arsini. I think we already talked about particles. I'm going to skip that. We're going to go back to, wow, great questions. I'm going to go to Brad. This goes a little high level on just marketing in general as far as merchandising. They're asking for versions of Roblox players for sale in stores, either figures, plushes, whatever.
Yep. Yeah, we know that merchandising is a very, not just lucrative, but powerful way to brand Roblox more. We actually have retailers and others coming to us now expressing a lot of interest. So we're looking at the absolute best way to approach that.
Okay, back to Arsini. This is from SCG4, very complex username. Support for 3D dynamic skyboxes.
I feel like I already talked about this, but yes. So right now, to make a great looking sky, you have to create a skybox. It is hard. We feel like we can do better. We feel like we can build a system where you sort of like pick time of day, like sort of where you are, how much cloud coverage do you want to have, things like that, and everything else sort of works, and that would allow you to do dynamic time of day rotation. Some other things we feel are more important than this, like terrain, but this is on our plan. It's just further down on the list.
Okay, I'm going to, with Jared, just roll back in the last week or two to some of our Scrum meetings, and straight from Lolaris, when will we be able to see how many developer products we've sold in a game?
Well, we're doing some work on the developer dashboard and putting some more nicer metrics on there. Right now it's very bare bones and very minimal, and we have lots of ideas of stuff we can put there and stuff to make it better for developers.
Yeah, so I think we believe in general any data stream that we have, your visitors, your return rate, your money, we really want kind of like the Google Analytics for our devs with that dev dashboard.
There's a lot more we could be putting up there.
Yeah, and so graphs, numbers, whatever. Okay, from Trevor the Jetty back to Arseny. With the new CSG modeler, what's up with UV maps? Can we make them? Do we need to make them?
Everything is automatic. So I know materials work. I think decals work as well. Everything is automatic. You don't have to think about this. You just build union, subtract, things like this. The rest is up to the system.
Okay, this one, I'm going to go with Brad, and then I'm going to follow up with it, and this is a funny one. What do all the loading messages mean when you start a game, like loading new particles? And that's from MaxRat258.
They're exactly what they say they are. Yeah, I mean, we're loading new particles. It's just, it's fun. Actually, I think our hope is that someday we won't need loading messages at all.
Thank you, Brad. So I think it's all of our universal belief that ultimately we want instantaneous load. It's a huge technical challenge because these are dynamic places and they're streaming in. But the real issue is, yes, can you load that game like a YouTube video instantaneously?
But in the meantime, why not have fun with the loading images?
Okay, we're going to go around the group. You guys can each think about this one because I'm going to ask this one individually rather than the company. I'll do the company as a whole. This is from me, Lolitic. What is the biggest success you guys think you've made so far in Roblox? So Jared, you've been here 3 weeks, Arseny, Brad, pick one thing out of the hat that you think is awesome so far that you've been a part of. Any ideas?
Dynamic lighting.
Okay. Cha-ching. Brad.
I think getting out there more, meeting all of you. So, the maker fairs we're doing this year, the BLOXcons we did last year, really seeing how excited you are about Roblox.
Okay.
I'm just very excited to be involved with such a company doing such really cool stuff and some really great talented people. So I'm just super excited to be here and super excited to work on what we're working on.
Yeah, I think the biggest success for me would be those of you that played Roblox when we literally launched and had 20 people playing. That very quick move we made to removing all of the Roblox created stuff and going 100% user generated, it's been the engine, and I think that decision was instrumental in the company. So thank you for your awesome creations. You are powering Roblox. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, Arseny, won't all of these new materials increase server lag?
No. Leaky client side, and if your PC can't handle them, we'll dial them down, so don't worry.
Okay, this goes to the future of social on Roblox. This is from Narwhal Ord. Will there be an update when you're allowed to play on your own or play only with your friends? So I think we answered this a little with the whole idea of private instances.
Same thing.
Yep. Okay. This goes a little to the free market and curation versus user feedback. I'm going to give this one to Brad. It's from 17 Madmen. There are tons of game creators that lie with their game names, as in slide down a waterfall to win, when really the game is just a mini game. What can you do about it?
So the big question actually is, what can you do about it? So we've introduced things like thumbs up, thumbs down, which help the community rate how great a game might be. Obviously, we're patrolling all the time, looking to see our games. Do they have a misleading title? Do they have a misleading thumbnail? Are they not what they say that they are? And we do take action on those. But in terms of the quality of the game, the best thing that can happen is for the community to rate it up or down. And then we're starting to look at further steps where games that actually have very poor thumbs up, thumbs down ratios will actually not be discoverable on the game pages.
Okay, this is for Arseny. This was Simon or Adam would know this one. Geekfire goes to how far do you want to go with autocorrect in your scripting editor?
Autocorrect, maybe not so much autocorrect. So we have some interesting plans to make it easier for you to instantly see that your script is wrong. I'm not sure about autocorrect specifically.
Okay, great. Validation on the whole idea of messages on updates. Great idea there for social. Another one on the philosophy kind of using materials in Roblox versus meshes and stuff, and this is for Arseny. It's from Jabo Meg 50. Will there be a weight system for Roblox where you can change the weight of blocks?
So we strive to sort of make everything work as if it could work in reality. From that standpoint, it's more interesting for us to do something different. If you want a block to be heavier, why is it a plastic block? Shouldn't it be a steel block or a stone block? So I think this is where we want to be going.
Okay, for those of you that have been watching the BLOXcast, we talked a little about the characters, and we talked a little about how proportion is so critical, and we all have the same proportion. So I'm going to send this one over to Brad, and that is, how cool would it be to change our Robloxians' height and weight? Any feedback on subtle adjustments to that?
That's all part of what we're looking at. I think the important thing for us is to make sure that whatever the shape of the characters, we know that there's a huge legacy base of assets, all the clothing, the gear, the items, the hats, the heads that you have. And we want to make sure that however things might get altered, that everything that you already have works with that. But that's a cool idea.
Okay.
I think we have like time for a couple more maybe.
Okay, okay, good. This is easier way to send players parties within a universe, like they'll go to the same server. Top requests from our own internal game teams as well. I think this one's coming down the road. Philosophy of groups. This is from Ultra RBLX. Using group funds for more things. I would like to use funds, to buy badges or other kinds of things. Jared, what do you think about that?
We're actually just having that discussion about how groups, clans could pool their resources and make things happen like that.
Okay, another obvious one, just better control of people who have a lot of friends. Will there ever be a ability to search friends or stuff like that? Some of our Robloxians have thousands of friends.
Makes sense.
Brad, will we release on Kindle when we release on Android?
We will not be releasing simultaneously. You're going to see the Android app released much sooner. Kindle, not too long after that, but they will not be a simultaneous release.
Okay, and the final one I'm going to pop out here is, wow, thought that one was going to say 2014. Sorry about that. Okay, for the staff, what's it like owning a game that's so big? What's it like working at Roblox? What's it like working at Roblox, guys?
I mean, I'll say what I always say, which is, here we are, it's Saturday, we're here for hours today, not just because, Dave said we had to be, but because we love it. We love, interacting with you guys. We are constantly impressed with your creativity and what you guys make and publish, and that's what really excites us, and that's what makes Roblox so much fun.
So for me, whenever there's a new piece of technology that we publish, the best thing is not the actual technology, but the content that follows, the games that people make with it. To touch back on the magic thing, so sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. I think technology is what we do, and magic is what you do.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I get such a big kick out of going home and just looking at the catalog and seeing what people are creating on the platform and playing a bunch of really new creative things, and it's just really satisfying doing that and really exciting.
Solid answers, guys, and I think we have our new tagline from Arseny: we do technology and you do magic. Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Okay, so that wraps up our hang on. Jack's Smirking Revenge is getting ahead of himself here.
Sorry.
So thanks. That was our second official Q&A. But keep the questions coming. Actually, maybe we'll look and do a follow-up blog post next week to a lot of the questions that we didn't get to today. But hang in there. Still a lot of fun to come on Virtual BLOXcon. We've still got probably a good 2 hours of live streaming goodness for you. Coming up next is our third Twitch gameplay challenge, followed by a giveaway. And the final segments for the Bloxies in the Hall of Fame. And then after that, we're going to go Thunderdome here with the staff gaming tournament. What was it, six people?
Yeah, should be 3.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Six staff enter, 3 staff leave.
Nice.
Yep. So it's all happening right here. Hang around. Lots more to come.
Good job, guys.